that, yeah. Yeah, well, that's something to make my room look more lively. In case you haven't figured out, I like explosions. Yeah, but it is what it is. Welcome to the Rider Time Archive, where we're here to discuss things. Hopefully, getting back to normal. No more preempting for a movie. No more actual movie. Just a good old fashioned, happy go lucky 2-part episodes of Kamen Rider O's like we've been having for the last 28 episodes. So yeah, we're on episodes 29 through 32. Surely nothing crazy or messed up is happening in these 4 episodes, right? No major turning points in the plot or character reveals. Just a regular, fun 2-part episodes where AG and Unk are just like being a fun old married couple, and Akira is just being the fun dude bro that he is, and Kogami being funny like he always was. Like the first 4 episodes of Hellsing and not like the last 6 episodes of Hellsing. It's not going to happen, is it? We can't have nice things, can we?
No, but it does come in a nice leather-bound volume.
Oh, I got the paperbacks, the newly reprinted ones.
I have those too, and those are the originals. Mm-hmm. I actually inherited those.
Oh, nice.
Well, while they are under my ownership, I never have felt like they are mine. And when I got half of the series, and I did finish it. I did get the volumes and complete it, but I did it as a favor to the person that I inherited it from.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's like finally, after all this time,
you finally got it in your own right.
I have it in my own right, which, again, I mean, just looking at this thing, we could also use this as one of the books from Zatch Bell.
Oh, yeah, no, I use my what's it called? Black editions of Death Note. But yeah, no, Zatch Bell is a classic. I wish that manga got a reprint.
The people have been really, like getting at these people. Like, yeah, we need the series to finish. We need you to, like, because again, you gave FMA, you gave them Brotherhood, you gave you redid Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball. But what about these other shows? Like, there was a bunch of shows that are considered classical, like, one obviously is Gantz. Gantz only got X amount of episodes and didn't even bother to finish. Love Hina is one that definitely needs that treatment.
Oh yeah, did he finally go to Tokyo U and meet the girl from his childhood? More importantly, was Shinobu the girl from his childhood?
I actually do have the complete series, like, well, both anime and the manga, and it's like, again, it's night and day. It literally is night and day, because I'm like, wait. We followed it up to this, and then it just sidecarred itself, just like all of the series did. So I'm like, there is a lot more that happened besides the fact about going to college. I'm like, wait. So you're telling me that it wasn't Naru? It wasn't it wasn't
the girl that he dormed with when they went on that one trip in episode 8.
So wait, what do you mean? It's like, it's a long story with that.
So. Yeah, no, like, it's funny. So my introduction to Love Hina was through the Flash Sim dating game. Don't judge me.
That one's actually tame.
What?
That's actually a tame game compared to most.
You use the cheat codes, but
More like,
but I do love the Evangelion cameos.
We have now what's that game? I Can Date Anything, which I'm like, oh god, here we go. What can of worms? You know, it's like the most taboo thing that in our time, it's like was probably Honey Pop.
Yeah.
You know, playing Tetris and doing all that stuff. But I mean, things have changed now.
Now that just the thought of it just resurfaced, like I'm like still trying to figure out what's with the Evangelion cameos in the Love Hina dating game. Like you go to that bridge next to the gate that gets you into the Hinata Inn, and like Saichel shows up randomly. And one of the cheat codes that you get at the end of the game involves a cutscene where like you have Evangelion characters and one of the characters' heads explodes. I can't remember if it was Asuka or Ray, but one of their heads explodes or something.
Well, maybe that is
I would much prefer it's Asuka because I would hate it if it was Ray. But no, the only cheat code that was legitimately useful was the one where, like, if you went over the drunk chicks, like basically the 6 characters, you have the 5 that are actually dorming, and the one that he meets in episode 8. And again, it's been so long since I've played the game or watched the anime that I struggle to remember the characters' names. No, Makoto is the Kendo girl.
Makoto, Naru.
Yeah, and Nobu is the
Kitsune.
Yeah. But yeah, no, the drunk one, yeah, like her, like the cheat code that you get from winning her heart is you get an infinite money hack. So like that's the only useful hack. So yeah.
Yeah, no, it's well, that was back then. I mean, it was all about the game. Now it's all about depravity and what else you can get because
oh no, the game also had depravity, but even the depravity was
look, believe me, from what anyone knows, it's like all we know is the main girls, but it's like don't even get me started when we get to the extended family, and that's where it's like, oh boy.
But the point is what's it called? Yeah, so I watched the anime. The anime was great. Didn't watch the second anime, Love Hina again, but I know that some 7th girl shows up,
which is family.
Okay, you're not gonna go into it, but I'm still left wondering who is that childhood sweetheart that he promised to go to Tokyo U with, and also like who. Like, what 5-year-old child promises to go to a very specific university?
I think the creator, because now he's a member of parliament in Japan who fights for the rights of not only manga artists and fair wages from companies, but also the right of free speech and parodying. When they asked him why, I think he just did it as a joke, you know? He just kind of, you know how kids just, you know, say or promise things, and it's kind of crazy how, like, years later, I'm like, do you still remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's such a, and especially I'm like, you know, at least he didn't say, like, I'm going to be king of the pirates or something, you know?
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, that's even more of an outrageous dream because that's a very prestigious school to get into. Like, not anybody can just walk in there. So, good luck with that. But there also gave the whole notion of, like, you know, overstudying and not stopping to smell the roses. And, you know, like, why are you overthinking things and blah, blah, blah. Because, like, when you mellow out, you kind of notice everyone around you, like, accepts you and you're chill. As opposed to you being manic all the time about trying to get into this school, you know? Like, take a moment and stop and notice your surroundings. Pretty much what he said. But it did come with great comedy, though.
Yeah. Well, I know that the Dalai Lama once said that people try to earn money to the point that they get sick, and then they spend their hard-earned money to see the doctor.
Well, no, yeah, I know that happened to someone. I don't know them, but let's say like I'm aware of them. And long story short, kept talking about money, kept talking about crypto, kept talking about selling, or buying, and then selling. That oh yeah, no, at he's like 5 or 6 years older than me. Absolutely, I'm not saying no. He's got money. He's good. All right, but lost his wife. Actually, no, he traded in his wife. I'm putting it lightly. Lost his kids in that, and his kids want nothing to do with him. Caused drama in the family. Missed the parents' funerals. Not together, but so no one in his he pretty much.
So, in other words, Cats in the Cradle and the Silver Spoon, Little Boy Blue, and the Man in the Moon.
Yeah, he gave into greed and gave everything up, and now he's got money. But I'm like, okay, cool, great. But how do I know this? Why? Because he vented, and it's like, yeah, what he traded in his wife for and everything. Look, man, when you're going with someone who barely has hit the era of 2.0 and now is taking you for a ride, it's a damn good thing you do have money, because
yeah,
I mean, you ain't got nothing else, and you might as well. But you're gonna lose it. Like they're losing it. Like they're losing it.
Yeah, see, there's a reason why I've made it a point after the last couple of relationships ago, not to date anyone under 25. There's a reason behind it.
Well, that would be a beautiful thing, but
yeah,
like some people are, some men are weak in that aspect, that they don't get it, and this guy is a total definite sap. Like, he is the weakest, even though he brags about how often he works out. I'm like, you're weak in the mind, dude. You traded in the precious moments and memories for $1. You traded in a relationship that lasted years for something young and new and not as caring. And now you're getting taken for a ride.
So, yeah, I used to know someone who was programmed into believing this idealized successful man, where it's like, oh yeah, I have a master's degree in a STEM field, I'm entitled, and felt entitled to a very specific prestigious job, but wouldn't get but refused to get any jobs involving labor on the way towards that.
I know someone like that.
And then goes on to lecturing others how they should live their lives.
But they're living with mom and dad, and
even if they're living by themselves, it's like, bro, you don't have a job. While you have a master's, but in a STEM field, but you don't have a job.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, your friend that you're criticizing, they do have a job, and they're married to someone who loves them, and they're doing something they're passionate, and they have a hobby they're passionate about, even if that hobby doesn't pay money. So let me ask. So my question to those types of people is, and it's a very simple question: are you happy? Really reflect into yourself, really look introspective yourself, and really ask yourself, am I happy?
Oh, of course not.
Yeah.
But then again, it's like all that what matters to those people is status. It matters how people see them, or it's like even if they did get offered, like let's say a job at Starbucks, they're not gonna be the person making the coffee. They're gonna be they're the ones like, I'll only accept it if I get a management position, but I'm the management. I'm like, I don't listen to nobody. No one tells me what to do, and I'm like, and I also want shares in this company and blah. My okay.
But also,
did you just hear
even if there was an opening for a position in a boardroom, do you think the rest of the board members are going to hire you if you don't even know, like, if you're not able to perform the most basic labor at the very bottom of the proverbial pyramid?
But I have a master's. I went to college. Yeah. And let it be
like here's the thing. I have a background in civil engineering. I don't have a degree in civil engineering, but I have a background in it because I worked as an engineer for 4.5 years. Harry Potter, the Harry Potter castle in Universal Hollywood, that's my work. Not completely my work, because like I'm not the one who like welded all the plates and beams together, but I made the drawings for someone else to make those plates and beams have the correct dimensions and have them connect correctly. And I would not be able to make those drawings if I didn't start from the ground up.
Yeah, but some people are just entitled as much as it is, and that just falls under I guess their desires to be more than what they are, simply just
it's like you're so obsessed with the end goal that you don't realize of what you have to undergo on the journey to get there. It's like you don't just get to the One Piece. Like you have to actually cross the Grand Line and the New World. You have to go through all that, like sure, like once you get to Reverse Mountain or whatever it's called, it's like you can't just climb your way down to like the other side of the Grand Line.
Like either or. It's like how can you claim such a thing when you've never done anything that that's
Mm-hmm.
But even so, it's like, well, I already did this. I'm like, yeah, and that's just step one, which falls under the categories of these episodes, which are now we've had 2 weeks of filler. It's been entertaining filler, but now we get back to the show, and oh boy, ooh, no joke. We've had fun these last few weeks. We had some nonsensical episodes. We had some funny episodes. We had a movie. And that was
also very nonsensical, but it was a fun movie.
Kind of considered filler. Like, we've had 2 weeks of filler. But then finally it's like, oh yeah, you remember that story that we were telling you guys? Or
we still have that mysterious hand to return to the library.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, all that. Yeah, get ready, because what you thought you knew, you didn't know. And what you believed was going on is not exactly what it is. Or comparing who this person is, because it's like, wait. So, it's kind of how you look at it. Are you telling me that the Greed in some ways were the good guys? Because it seems like, yes, who they are, but they even realize that, what happened 800 years ago
contextualizes things.
They tried to stop it because they're like, no, this can't happen. And it's like, wait, what do you mean? And it's like, now you kind of, that's why I said in the beginning of the review, I'm like, it's kind of crazy how these guys are like talking down to AG and looking at him like, oh, he's a goof, he's this, he's blah, blah, blah. And like, oh, it's O's, yeah, whatever. I'm like, you guys 800 years ago were shitting your pants at the thought of O's. Even the person who is O's. And you're like, okay, no, I get it. Oh yeah, no, it just came out. It's a modern day, so they don't know. So yeah, even when AG was just a level 1, and you guys were already like, with at least 6 core medals, making Yami and all that stuff, you still couldn't beat him. And it's not just the hero trope of like, oh yeah, no, we have, they're never gonna win. No. It's as if, how would I put this? It's as if, okay, you know how like there's something that you have to do and you're on a time limit to do it. And you're like, you have all this time, and it's so simple for you to do it, but you don't do it, or you just, it's like, it's not as easy as you think. That's the situation here. And I'm like, so wait, you're telling me that it's getting worse without us even realizing it? Oh yeah. Yeah, no. Several bombs have been dropped in just these 4 episodes. Not only with Ankh, but his relationship with Oz, why he is, and even the whole thing with the Yami, and even a certain circular tablet that was found. So let's get into
it. Quite a lot of things found in Europe over that winter break.
I mean, I know 800 years ago, well, the Earth wasn't exactly what it is. Well, no, it was. It was. I was saying like the tectonic plates and the movement of the continents, and I'm like 800 years.
Yeah, I feel like they should have added a couple of O's.
Yeah, it could have been like that. Like, if it was something like, wait, it's all in Europe? So you're telling me all this took place in Europe?
Yeah, like maybe if it took place 800 million years ago, I mean, obviously there wouldn't be any humans unless like you're gonna try to go the whole Linto versus Grongi route. But no, this ain't it, fam.
No, this ain't it.
Oh, and just real quick, let me quickly grab something, and I'll be right back in like 2 seconds. 2, 1. See, I'm back.
All I'm saying is that you guys had so much time, and now with this, it's like, okay, Uva and Gamil, they're not dead technically, but they failed. Uva is just kind of like, I kind of trying to get Gamil and Mezul back. Kazari is like, again, I don't get you, Kazari, because technically you know all this, and yet you're like, just whatever. And like, you do know that you're pressed for time, right?
See, this is why I don't understand certain tokusatsu villains, because it's like, and I'll bring it back. I'm gonna bring this back. Like with Lothor, I get it. You can only summon 1 monster at a time because you didn't pay the premium subscription on your PAM. I get that. And you can't, and you're not allowed to order a new monster until the previous one's defeated. I get that. Okay. But everyone else from the Power Rangers universe, like Rita, your monsters are made out of some kind of magic clay that Finster uses. Why not wait to make more monsters before you send out that first one? Wait to make more monsters, then use send all of them down at the same time, while the Power Rangers still don't have Titanus. They still don't have the Dragon Zord. Heck, you didn't even use the Green Power Coin yet. So, like, it's not like they can summon their own Green Ranger. Like, and heck, maybe Zordon might not even notice that Rita escaped right away if if she just did not invade Earth that one time on her tricycle. Machine Empire, like, how did you not mass produce all your monsters already? Because, like, you're the Machine Empire.
I don't know how the hell.
Like, you already conquered all these other planets. You mean to tell me you didn't build Silo or Leaky Faucet until after you had issues with the Power Rangers? You had conquered all the other planets you've already conquered using only cogs? Divatox, okay, like, you're a pirate. Like, I don't expect you to have an army to the degree that you have. Astronema is a consequence of the past 6 seasons. But yeah, it's like the demons from Mariner Bay, like, they just woke up. Fair point. But like, some of y'all, like, just wait, just like rally your forces while your enemy's still weak, then attack. Don't just send them in one at a time and wait for your opponent to become stronger, because then, like, what are you even doing?
Well, yeah, because it kind of asks the question, especially in this scenario. So, if indeed the greed did defeat AG, and more importantly, Oz, what we see more so in these episodes is that they are just pretty much they pretty much assimilated into human society, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So either or, it would be like, okay, so you got rid of Oz, you know, but the greed are still running around. Yeah, and put your tinfoil hat on and add that to the conspiracy theory about the economy and how it screws people over and this and this and that, blah blah, you know. But yeah, they're not really here to dominate the world now, are they?
No,
Well,
they just want to complete themselves, much like Styloporos Grants. They just want to complete themselves and be perfect.
Which kind of puts it in. It's like, yeah. So if they did, what would happen? It's like, I don't think they would do anything. Doesn't seem like they want to dominate the world, or even. I mean, they could have done that 800 years ago, but they didn't.
I mean, Oz did.
Oz did. Put a pin in that one. Oz did that, not the greed. Not the greed. It was Oz. So that's the question again. Like I said in so many reviews, it's a matter of well, it's a point of view, and also it's like, you know, good and evil are not necessarily black and white. What you think, what you believe is good by many could be considered evil. You know, sadly, and I'm not going to talk anything more about this, with what's happened in the last couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some people can consider that like a victory. Some people can consider that something that, like, yes, we must celebrate and go to the streets, but then others are like, no, man, what are you talking about? Like, listen to yourselves, like this and that. And it's like,
even people that were also on the opposition were not celebrating, because this is not a real victory. It's stolen.
Both sides are like, what? I mean, but regardless, it's a point of view. It's a point of view how you look at it. Because, like, so you're telling me that while indeed these guys have been a pain in the ass, there really is no other than just one. The rest of them just, again, when you look back at the past episodes, you're like, they were just doing what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right.
It's like what Howard Payne said in the movie Speed. It's like it's like you're trying to stop a bomb from doing what it is. Do you know what you call a bomb that doesn't do what it is? It's just a cheap gold watch.
Yeah. But yeah, it really does kind of make you think at this point. What have we been doing, and what exactly who have we been cheering on? Because it just seems like, okay, yeah, we have the bomb over here that is the greed, okay, but then we have another bomb over here that we didn't even know about, and it's a million times worse if we don't check it right. But because you've been kind of nurturing the bomb and letting things go as they are, it's like, yeah, these things can go off, not gonna lie, but this thing is a simple push of the button and then that's it.
Oh yeah, no, it's like the Star Wars prequels. It's like you're so focused on fighting Sidious, you don't realize you've been nurturing Vader this whole time into becoming Vader.
But yeah, we go on the first of it. We're on 28.
29.
29. The Big Sister, the Doctor, and the Truth About Onk.
Yeah, so creepypasta episode.
This one honestly kind of, well, this is kind of the one where we also get, like, we kind of learn more about Maki Sensei and what his deal is about. It's very, these two episodes are very Maki focused because we never honestly have had much to do with the Doctor at this point. He's just there. He developed the birth system. He works for Kogami. But in terms of who he is as a person, we don't really know too much. We know that he had a sister that looked like Chayako, but isn't. But his sister died when he was just a kid, so it's not like anything like, okay, yeah, well, Chayako was probably already born at that time, probably around your age, Maki. So this isn't some reincarnation. It's pretty much maybe just God playing a joke and be like, you know what? I don't feel like making a new face. Let's just slap the one.
I mean, just look at that one Civil War photo of Nicolas Cage.
Yeah. No, it's crazy how, like, when you look into the past or you look up like old photos and you see someone or find someone that looks similarly to someone that you might know, and it's like, maybe this was a past life. Maybe no. See, past lives don't work like that. See, you remember past lives, but it's not like you like putting me in like in Civil War getup or anything like that. No, I would be a person, but I wouldn't be the person that I am. The flesh, the body is simply a temple, a vessel that we navigate through life. What happens afterwards, well, just happens to be the luck of the draw. But yes, Maki here is getting a birthday from Kogami. Kogami just really loves to throw birthdays for his employees.
Yeah, and he would look for any excuse to throw a birthday party. Like, first time we even see Maki, it's like Kogami was like celebrating the 9-year, the 9th birthday of his employment at Kogami. The Greed were born, makes a cake. The O's was born, he makes a cake. Like, if Goto was fired, he would celebrate the birthday of his unemployment status.
Yeah. No, he is, Kogami is a strange old fool. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, and Maki's like noticeably uncomfortable here.
We do find out about. Let's see, I have it in my notes.
What's really interesting is how instead of blowing out the candles, Maki sucks them in.
It's like he's sucking up like that last stubborn bulb of pearl from your
Yeah,
bulb.
you know what's really interesting is that someone recently told me something very interesting um, in Judaism it is believed that when you breathe you speak the Hebrew name of God because like the four components of respiration, like when you breathe in and breathe out, it's like the side view of your respiratory system, basically write out the four Hebrew letters of God's name. So like tying that new information, well, new to me, to the information of Maki like sucking in the candles, I'm thinking you're basically doing the opposite of that. You're not breathing out, you're sucking in. You're kind of like doing the opposite of giving life. You're taking it.
He does that, and his little doll is just blowing out the candle every time Eddie.
Oh yeah, and that's another freaky thing. Like even like Erica's like, what's going on here? Why is this candle constantly being blown out?
Yeah,
It's like, wait a minute, is this Scarface from Batman?
Yeah, she just keeps putting it out, but the candle just keeps blowing out. She even covers her eyes and is like, what? And it's like, yeah, is the doll sentient? Is the doll possessed? Is the doll not even a doll? No, it's a doll, but I mean there is a life scarring implication when it comes to this doll. And of course I kind of asked this question even from when I first met Maki. How did people not know about that? I mean, I'm not saying, look, have what you have, collect what you collect, do what you do. But when you have something that it looks like that, it's not an heirloom, it's not something precious to you. That is a scar given physical form.
Mm-hmm.
Because every time that something happened to the doll, Maki would just be like,
freak out.
He would freak out. You could throw hot water or anything on him, wouldn't phase him at all. You threw it on the doll,
the doll just simply falls off from a breeze.
Yeah, it would be as if you it's as if you stuck a finger into a gaping wound of his and just twisted it. Because that's how Maki, the doll is a scar. It's not something that he has to remember. It's just one of those things like you carry the cross, you carry the scars of what has happened to you, and you just can't let go. Maki may be a genius. He might be brilliant. But as I said, the hearts of men, of certain men, are weaker than others. And Maki definitely is weak in this perspective because he himself kind of shows us that what he's been remembering, his memories, have been a lie. Which I'm kind of why would you? But then again, trauma.
Mm-hmm.
That's something for your therapist to explain to you guys. But in short, we remember it how we remember it, but it could either have been as vanilla as it is, or as chaotic and crazy as we say it is. You're only remembering certain aspects of your trauma. You're not giving us the full depth of the trauma. But the reason why is because we also see that Maki is at his sister's grave.
Mm-hmm.
She is actually dead. She totally is dead. So there isn't like another Chayak who's going to show up. He goes with Kazuri and tells Kazuri, hey, what happened to all those core metals that you have? Kazuri hasn't had them in his body. He's kind of just been like, he has them, but he holds on to them. He has them kind of like in a special pocket. He hasn't absorbed them, or if he did when he was fighting O's, but not now. It's like there's no reason to. But Maki tells Kazuri that you need to evolve, and Kazuri's like, why would I do that? Why would I? And of course, Maki is like, you have to because it's a form of evolution. It's like, again, a man of science talking about like what has to be done as opposed to just letting life be what it is. the greeds are what they are, but even they know.
Mhm.
I mean, look what happened with Gommel and Mezel. Like they got burnt out. They're fizzled out. They're floating in the ether right now. Kazri doesn't want that.
Yeah.
doesn't
Even as Kazri does put in more and more core metals into his own body, he's doing them at a slow pace so his body could build up a tolerance to it.
Yeah, because imagine you juice yourself up and then you burn yourself out. You rev the car engine. Doesn't matter if it's a new engine or not. You still blew the shit out of it because you didn't take it easy.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same thing here. Kazari knows what is going to happen if he decides to, keep those core metals inside him for very long. He's like, no, I can't. So it's like Kazari may be a backstabbing bastard, but he's no idiot. He even knows if I keep this going, I'm gonna get screwed. But with that attitude that he got with that Maki got with him, he's like, you know what? Fuck this. Now it's your turn. So we do get a moment where Kazari throws a core metal or a cell metal into Dr. Maki, and we do get a Yami out of it.
It is a panda dolphin.
Panda dolphin. The Yami has this distinct desire to hug or to embrace, Now again, take what you will for that. Wait, why does just like what we've been saying, an embrace can be either a good thing or a bad thing. All right. Because we see, the Yami from when it started to when it evolved, and this thing is creepy as all hell. It's completely
it's embracing the sister's tombstone to the point that the cross on it started to fall apart.
Yeah, it broke. It literally started cracking, and that's the thing that this Yami is doing. Every woman that has come to its contact, again, we don't know exactly what has happened, but it's like, the panda pretty much embraces them and they faint. Or we could take it another step further and it's like, the panda pretty much
hugs them to death. Yeah, hugs them to death.
Yeah, hugs them to death. And
I think the fact that it's to death kind of adds a certain layer to like Maki's specific desire, because it's like, well, when we find out like what really happened between him and his sister, like there's a certain duality to his desire, which kind of makes sense because remember that Kendo girl from back in episode 17 and 18, she had like a complex wish, which was basically a two-parter.
Yeah, the desire to be strong, but then to destroy, because this could have been another instance of that. But the thing is that how I saw it, this desire was like very straightforward of what Maki wanted. It's just that this desire being so simple and so there, it's so complex that we don't understand it. It's like, so wait, he was at his sister's grave and everything, but it's like when the Yami hugged it, I was like, okay, but then we saw it break the tombstone. So, Maki, did you love your sister like you keep claiming you do, or is there more to the story? Because every woman, and again, we also had a scene where Hina and Chayako are actually passing out flyers.
Yeah, for Venetian masquerade theme.
Yeah, and even they get caught up in this thing because again, this damn panda shows up. Didn't catch Chayako though. It got Hina, then Eiji and everyone else showed up. But the fact of the matter is that, well, imagine if Chayako was there.
Yeah.
Imagine if the bear did get her. What would have happened to her?
Yeah. And also, you can even notice that it's only targeting women because one guy did try to like stop it from like trying to embrace what I can only assume is his girlfriend, but he knocks the male civilian out of the way to hug the female one. He could have hugged him.
Yeah.
Or both of them for that matter. I think it's strong enough to kill both of them at the same time. But no, it knocked him aside to kill her.
That poor girl. Again, either she fainted or the pressure was too much for her. She fainted, or this bear actually snapped her back and most of her bones. But yeah, we this is this is a murder of hugs all over the place. You know, and again, didn't go after the guys. It went after every woman within the vicinity. This is a total neckbeard moment of like, I'm a nice guy. How come they don't like? Yeah, those are the vibes I'm getting off of this.
Yeah,
those are the total vibes.
I'm a nice guy. Yeah, you know what?
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you,
we don't care.
Because you're still a creep.
Yeah, Maki, you totally are. You know. Yeah. Let's see. What else do I have here written down? Well, apparently,
Goto's going back to work because he wants to like infiltrate Kogami to learn about the core and cell metals.
There is something going on that Kogami's not saying, and he doesn't need to say it. Not yet, anyway. Mm-hmm. And Goto decides, you know, what you should have done in the beginning, Goto, is play the goddamn game. I love you, man, but, you know, you were just stupid. I'm like, if you would just listened to Erika, to Kogami in the beginning and played their little game, maybe you would have gotten this information a lot sooner, but no.
Heck, even Nago-san, like, freaking kayfabed to Aozora better.
You know, the thing is that you just didn't. Yeah, and it's the same thing. Did Nago demand that he become Iksa? No. He demanded it, but he played the game because he knew if I make a. Because again, this is the guy. Goto did what Naoto did not want to do or should not have done, because now it made you suspicious towards Kogami, towards Erika, towards the whole faction. Like, if you had just eaten the cake, Goto, you know, maybe we would have gotten this information sooner. But
yeah,
but you know, so now he is now returning to work as the assistant to the assistant of Erika. So what does that mean? He gets to eat cake.
He's required to eat cake and perform data entry of all the new employees' birthdays.
Yeah, so I'm like, Erika, how do you stay so fit and so slim eating all that cake?
And so much so she can wear certain costumes towards the end of the series.
I'm like, this girl must have a really good metabolism, or Kogami gives her like great personal trainers to keep her in shape.
Yeah, or like he has an infinite supply of Wagovi or something.
Something. Let's see here.
So Ankh senses his own medals somewhere from a distance. But they run into Kazuri, who's holding onto a red feather.
We have this whole thing about this figure flying around and leaving red feathers around. Now, again, we know who it is. We know we know what it is. We just don't know who it is, because who it is over there.
Where? There. Where? I don't see him. Where? Look. Adjust the focus of your camera, my guy.
He's the extra from the prototype of BTS. That's who he is. But what this thing over here is what is that? You know, it's like the whole thing about like the thing about the shoes. What are those? What is that? They're like, yeah, that's the situation we have right now, because like what it is right there.
And what is a new form of footwear that allows you to make absolutely no noise while you walk. It's like, really? What is that invention called? It's called sneakers, brother.
Yeah. So what winds up happening is that Kazuri kind of gives the whole smug bullcrap like, Onk, you know, and you know I know. Which and Onk is kind of like, you know, he's given that tsundere look, you know, that whole like, like, okay, Onk, sweet summer bird, what is going on? What's happening? Well, I'll tell you. He's right there, but the body is over there. Because here comes a parrot, an actual.
Oh, hell no! 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 Oh, hell no!
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, it's not a parrot this time.
It's well, I mean, it looks like it, but I mean, it's not a parrot Yami. It's the parrot. It is the bird.
It is the copy.
It's well, I wouldn't say it's a copy. Well, technically, but it's like. Let me ask you this: if I handed you a can of cola, right, and I pour what it is into a glass, and I put the can to the side, what are you gonna say is the cola?
You're trying to pull a Theseus ship here.
The label, the packaging, because it says Coca-Cola, or is it the glass that I poured you and you saw me pour it? That's the Coca-Cola. So
wait, hold on. Let me take it a step further. And into the empty can, you put in a funnel and pour in some cola flavored RC.
Hey, you know what? Don't rag on RC Cola.
I'm not ragging on RC. I'm just like furthering the whole Theseus ship paradox.
I mean,
I
know most of you people drink Sam's Cola from Walmart. Don't at me about drinking RC.
Hey, I'm a Stars and Stripes guy myself.
Cola is cola, okay? Seriously.
Like, what's really weird is how Slice came back into the markets, but now they're trying to market themselves as some prebiotic beverage. Like, it's soda, but it's healthy. Now, no, it's not. It's not healthier.
You know what? It's like all those, like, again, I have tried Magic Spoon. It is delicious, not gonna lie. But I'm like, it's still cereal.
It's still
very expensive cereal. But
it's still condensed sawdust, no matter how you slice it.
Yeah, I'm like, it's kind of like, again, compare a burger from McDonald's, compare it to, like, I don't know, your mom and pop place, or even like The Habit, or like Burger King or anything. Yeah, you want a burger, but it depends on on what it is that you're asking for. It's still a burger, but again, but either or. Yeah. So, like I said, it's Onk, but it's not Onk. Like I put with the Coca-Cola analogy, it's like that's the vessel, that's the body, that's the
Coke can.
That's the Coke can. And so, what the hell have we been carrying around? The
glass.
The glass. The Detective Izumi is the glass, and the arm is the substance. It literally is the cola.
Yes, the arm. Yeah, Izumi's the glass. The arm is the cola, and we just found the empty can with the RC brand poured into it elsewhere.
Again,
not ragging on RC. I'm just driving the point home.
This bird has been going around asking questions like, "Who am I? Where am I?
Where am I?" Well, I'm just glad that in this analogy, it's RC and not Boa Juice.
Stuff will kill you.
Yeah.
But yeah,
very fizzy.
AG is like super shocked because he's like, so you technically did make those birds. Again, AG.
Technically,
yes, but it wasn't Onk. It is the Onk, you know, your boyfriend over there has not been doing this because he can't.
You know, times like this, I appreciate that they rebranded Waz as Black Waz to tell him apart from White Waz from the Survive universe.
Mm-hmm. But yes, we have a, you know, obviously it blows everyone's minds because now there's like one Onk and then there's the other Onk. What is going on? Literally, it's two opposites. It's a magnet effect. Two opposites. The opposite poles are attracting each other to the point that one is trying to absorb the other. Because, no joke, we would think that our boy Onk, because he has core metals in him, right? We have 3, or I think we have 4.
He only has the one because AG has 3 other ones.
But those ones he keeps with him. You know,
yeah, but remember, AG's transformed at this moment, so Onk doesn't have them in his body.
Why the hell you gave him Tajidor, especially at this occasion? I don't know why, but then you got the smart idea, and it's like, yeah, I'm going to give you the water typing because remember, all birds in this series are fire types. But regardless, it's like, yeah, okay, Onk, you only have like maybe the one, and you know, and your boyfriend's got the other ones. Where are the rest of your core metals? In the can. Yeah,
yep. In the empty Coke can full of boa juice.
Coke can. Yeah, it's in there. The rest of his core metals are in there. So yeah, you could be like, oh, I'm using the force and I'm pulling out cell metals. Onk, like I said,
it's pulling out your core.
It's literally a magnet effect. The stronger magnet is gonna win, and since you only have like one cell metal,
one core metal,
the others,
this guy presumably has 5.
Onk got wrecked, and I was just like, yeah, I kind of saw that coming because like even though you are Onk, the can over here has more power than you do. And let's see, what did I have written down here?
Oh, one thing we didn't mention is that Maki's trying to take care of the Panda Yummy himself. So he pulls out all of his slice cans.
Yes,
and that doesn't work, and he ends up getting injured. And even though Birth tried to help, this dude is still bleeding out slightly. And who is it that finds Dr. Maki? But it's Chiyako.
Chiyako finds him.
Yeah.
And to the point that it's like, all right, what's going to happen here? Well, we're going to have to go into the next episode, which it's the King, the Panda, and the Flames of Memory.
Yep.
Again,
thankfully, we neither lost nor gained any medals in this episode.
Nope.
But let's hope we gain and not lose.
Well, we lost a bunch of cell medals because Onk is just a dumb blonde because in the beginning of the episode, you know, they go back to the Koskasur and they want, and their Onk is like on, he is Pokemon, like, you know, doo-doo. He is like dying to the point that it's like, you know, Hina's kind of scared because like, wait, what happened to him? What happened? It's like, he got a bunch of cell metals ripped out of him, Hina. He's really bad. But look who enters through with a bright light through the Koskasur doors. An angel appears, which is none other than our man, the myth, the legend, Akira Date. That never gets old.
It never does. And it never will.
Yeah, no. So, of course, Date has this whole thing about, like, you know, why are you here, Date, says AG. And AG is like, oh, you know, because of that panda and whatnot. But it was also a shocker what we found out with Onk about, like, that other Onk. It's like, hey, it's like AG is like, you know, we need to get Onk some medals because he's dying, man. Date, give me a loan. I promise I'll pay you back. It's like, look, man, I'm
going to give him to you either way. But
I demand a favor from you first. It's like, I'll give you anything. No, not you. You, Kentucky Fried Parrot over there. I'll give you some medals, but you need to spill the beans about what's going on here. What was that? And what is going on here? And of course, Ankh is like, well, beggars can't be choosers, and I don't care how pretty you are, Ankh, you ain't getting out of this one, so you might as well start singing.
Yep.
But also at that same time, we find out later on in the episode is that Goto is looking through, obviously, all the files and everything like that, trying to find out. And I'm like, Goto, I know that you're using Kogami computers, but I don't think the computers you're on have any type of, like everything's behind a firewall. Everything's behind locks. So you even searching them on the search bar is going to get you in trouble, which it does.
It's like, Goto-kun. Like he goes like full Gold Experience Requiem on him on all the computer screens. Like, I see you wanted to access the O cell data information. Well, if you really want to know, then come to study room number 25.
Yeah. And in front of everybody, it's like poor Goto is like, just like, what? He's embarrassed, but he's also like, oh, I'm fucked. Yeah, you totally are. I don't know why you thought that you could, but yeah. So we have this whole moment here. Well, before that gets on, roll credits, Chayako is helping Maki in his car, getting back to his place to bandage him up. But we're not going back to the lab. We're going to Maki's house. And by that, I mean his childhood house.
Mm-hmm.
Now, not weird, not stranger danger, but why? Why, of all things, are we going to Chayako's house or to Maki's house?
To Maki's house.
Why would we? Why would we go to Maki's house?
That's a good question. One I still don't have the answers to.
And even though we watched and you can watch the episode too, you'll be like, well, yeah, it was closer, but again, apparently no one's lived in this house for years. So what's going on? We get an exposition dump because, Maki tells Chayako that, oh, there's a first aid kit over there in the armoire in the living room. Yeah, I said armoire.
Wow.
It could have been a Shifaro. I don't know. But when Chayako goes and gets it, Maki, why? I mean, if I was Chayako at this moment, and I go and I get this first aid kit, and I see a bunch of old photos of a woman that looks exactly like me on the mantle, and not just one photo, multiple photos. Girls, get out.
Mm-hmm.
Run. But wait, this isn't me though. I don't care, darling. He could maybe want to dress you up like that one. Because you surprisingly
God, Pygmalion from King of the Hill.
Yeah, you pretty much do look like her. But it's bad, but not as bad as I'm making it. I could make it even a million times worse. But the fact of the matter is, while this is going on, the panda is still roaming around, hugging people, hugging women to death, still growing in cell metals. Mm-hmm. And Kazuri and everyone else is like, even Ankh, well, not Ankh, other Ankh 2.0, are kind of like, yeah, that thing is still roaming around, right? Kazuri decides to take the empty can and start training it. But the thing is, like, okay, if this is Ankh, why does his voice sound so tender, so childlike? It kind of gives me like vibes of No Face from Spirited Away, Like we have the brash side, but then there's the soft, gentle side. Not gentle, but it's like it just seems like so weird that and even Kazuri's like, you don't know who I am, do you? And of course, it's like he shakes his head. It's like, but you know who we are. Yeah. Okay. Well, I can't have you running around like that now, can I? It'd be too much
Conspicuous.
attention. We need to give you a form. And yeah, the bird turns into a little boy.
Mm-hmm.
And
He spots a little boy like in a crowd of people, and then he turns into him.
It's proper, in my honest opinion. I mean, Uva and everyone else, the way they look, the only one who looked like not suspicious was Mezu.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Gommel too, but Gommel was a special boy. But then here we have now you're actually using an actual child. Like an actual 10 or 9-year-old little boy to disguise this monster that is walking amongst us.
Well, that gives me Salim Bradley vibes.
It's diabolical, but at the same time, it's like.
Well, actually, no, it's not so much Salim Bradley as much as it's Wrath from the 2003 anime.
Yeah, it's literally Wrath because wait, what? Why did you choose a child out of all that? Because no, I'm sorry, it was Pride. It was Pride.
No. Pride is Salim Bradley from Brotherhood.
Yeah.
Wrath is Izumi's kid.
Well, there's a debate on that of who was better, especially as the child motif. I say
they're both good. Like, if anything, King Bradley should have been father.
I mean, the thing is that both of them kind of get, however you see it, they gave the illusion of being helpless, innocent children when, in all honesty, they weren't.
Yeah. But I would say Lost Donk is closer to that of Wrath from the original anime, just because it's like he is very much a newborn.
Yeah.
While what's it called? While Salim Bradley is only disguised as a child, but it's actually 400 years old.
Well, that's kind of the thing, though, is that, again, you let your guard down when you're around children because you don't think, that's the deception of it. You think a child that's not going to, no, man, no, no. If it were up to me, I would have axed the kid a long time ago, but either or. We have this whole, thing going on, but then we go back to the Coast Kasur talking to Maki, and it's looking at those photos, and Chayako just asks, so who's the woman in the photos? Honey, I would be at the door at this point. But Maki explained it's his sister. So that means the little boy in those, that was me. Okay, so we put that there's a distance of age-wise. And the thing is, remembering everything and having Chayako there apparently is giving Maki some level of closure, but not really. The closure that was given, all right, but it's like we closed the book, but then the force of the book shattered the illusion.
Yeah.
Because while indeed Chayako is being nice and sweet to him and actually helping a random stranger that she has no idea who he is, only knows him by name, it's like, wait, hold on. Wait. So your sister was not a good person, Maki.
I'm here to...
Is that what I'm...
Oh, hell no!
Is that what I'm understanding? Really? So this whole time we've been seeing this wonderful, sweet, caring older sister.
Just a repressed memory.
Oh, hell no!
Because, yeah, you're right. There was a very significant age difference. If Chayako in this story is 25 or something?
Mm-hmm.
And Maki back then, let's say it was probably maybe 10 or 11. So there is a good 14 to 15 year gap, and of course they were, like, again, parents are probably dead, so she was his legal guardian.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, despite what you might think, both scenarios make sense.
Yep.
Both scenarios make sense because even Maki said, yeah, there was a very large age gap between us. Yeah, but again, we don't see her being horrible to you as a child. It just seems more so because, again, she died the day before she was gonna get married.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we get Dami Mommy Chayako.
Oof.
And
it's not as fun as it sounds.
It's not as fun as it sounds. Like, give Chayako some wicked eyeliner, and it's just like, okay, Dami Mommy right there, but we're talking total ice queen here, like absolute bitch. Like, it just seems like nothing matters to her other than herself. She doesn't really care. Like, she doesn't care what happens to Maki. Doesn't care. Like, okay, that's what we're getting right now from this. We have not delved so much into it yet. But because of this, we have this whole thing where Maki chases Chayako out of the house. She still tells him to stop by the restaurant.
Isn't that nice of her?
And yet Maki is kind of like there, just kind of suffering and wallowing in his own stool, and rips a door open, but to see that the door that was barricaded was her old room, and he sees it burning, which Maki, we saw in the flashback, he took the candelabra,
yep,
and burned her, like literally burned her. Now, again, as I said, children are stupid. Children are dumb. They are but again, they have a right to be, because it is up to us, the past generation, to teach them right from wrong. If it is true that his sister was neglectful and didn't really care about him, okay, well, that kind of explains one thing. But you, Maki, though, if you knew this, it's kind of like the person crying for their abuser, which does happen.
Yeah.
But it's like, so do you feel remorse? Do you feel regret for what has happened, Maki? Or are you just like, again, it's just the trauma, like, that comes sparking back, like you're reliving all this, especially in this house? That, again, this is a study for Freud, I tell you.
Yeah.
But again, we will come back to this in later episodes. As that goes on, we have this whole spiel from not only Ankh, but from Kogami, explaining who and what O's is and what the greed are. Apparently, 800 years ago, there was a king that was that became corrupt and evil and decided to become a god. I have not heard that one before. And because of this, decided to create his own, what would be pseudo life, which was the greed that follow under his orders.
Yes, but it just so happens one of those greed had his own agenda.
We are a secret club because of our agenda.
I would say yes, but also it's the fact I'm like, it was more like, and of course I knew it just by looking at him. Ankh, you're a pick-me, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
You're a pick-me, aren't you? Like, because here's the thing. We find out that the king tried to make himself into a god, and from what Kogami said, he actually succeeded.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm like, whoa, hold on a minute. You're telling me that man reached beyond the stars and heavens, grabbed it, and became a god in the flesh. And the creatures that were supposedly, again, not demonic, not evil, they just kind of, continue the cycle because that's their purpose in life, realized what was going on, realized what happened, and decided to band together. These four, Kazari, Mezul, Uva, and Gamul, in full greed forms, not missing their core metals, they decided to form a league, if you will, a certain society, an Avengers, if you would say, just not backed up by a multi-million-dollar company. And they got
A
wrecked.
gang of justice.
They wound up getting wrecked. But of course, why is that? It's because, and again, if you want to take the short story that was said or written years after this show was made about the king and the bird, that's what it's called. It's not so much that Ankh had a choice. It was more that Ankh realized, and it kind of fits within him as well, that it is better to be the right hand of the devil than be in his path.
Mm-hmm.
Because Ankh realized what was happening. And I know it's like, wait, Ankh betrayed us. Ankh like that. Yeah, he did. But he realized what was happening. He realized what was, and again, as I said, it'd be best to be in the right hand of the devil than walking in his path. Because,
or better to rule in hell than to serve in heaven.
but what happened is that defeating the greeds, ripping out their core metals, and also just like a certain comic book or many other events that you took man and gave him this gift only for them to turn around and backstab you, because we actually found out that Ankh actually did die.
Mm-hmm.
He got backstabbed legitimately. Not only did you rip out the core metals to the greeds and put them inside you, corrupt king, you also took your bird and ripped them a new one, and then took those metals and put them inside you, causing a cataclysmic event that caused the tomb that had the greeds and the cell metals corrupt in there. But the thing is that during the time,
the seal itself had a very specific radius, and Ankh's arms happened to be inside that radius when it happened.
Remember, Ankh tried to get his core metals back. So Ankh literally, like he does robot punch, but he wasn't fast enough. He wasn't fast enough to get out. So he got locked up either way. He literally got Iago'd like in Aladdin when Jafar got stuck in the lamp. Yeah. He got sucked in. He got ripped in by the king. The king grabbed him by his little pinky and dragged him in there, leaving his physical body outside.
Behind.
But the thing was, the tomb that we found everything in originally, that was the original king.
Yeah.
But apparently, when that happened, a certain event that was not mentioned but will be in the next episode also happened. Because, okay, so he took the cell metals, took everything. For what exactly? Well, remember, Kazari said that he was trying to become the perfect vassal, right? And apparently this king actually succeeded in that. So what happened? Did he just burn out? Is that what happened? Yes and no. Because he didn't burn out. Something actually did happen. But before he could complete it, that's when it kind of, it blew up in his face, thus the events that happened here.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Ankh's body was expected to just dissolve into cells.
Ankh's
but
body
instead it just crystallized.
It mummified, just like the Yami. That's why Kogami, remember, he left for Europe and came back with a Kajaku cell medal.
Yeah.
That's because he actually found Ank's body, took a core medal that was left in there, and gave it to Eiji.
And it just so happens removing that Kajaku medal is what woke up the corpse to begin with.
Ain't it always the way?
Yeah,
Ain't
so
it?
it's funny how the events of episode 19 tied it. Well, actually, no, episode 15 tied into the whole situation.
Did we not learn anything from old bogey Bela Lugosi about disrupting the crypt? Did you not all pay attention when Brendan Fraser said, "Don't read the damn book"?
No.
Yeah,
Or
so
the Evil Dead.
Oh my god. Now we have some mummified chicken running around. And while Kogami tells Goto this, I guess him and Ankh were reading or listening to the same audiobook because he tells Hina, Eiji, and Date this story.
Yeah. But to summarize the rest of the episode really fast, it's like, yeah, like now that we know everything that's going on, like we fight the panda one more time, we try to unleash the soda cans, but it doesn't work. But our two heroes, like, they defeat the panda barely, but they do defeat it. And it just so happens that that Maki finally gives Kazuri an answer to a question. And so our heroes are confronted by Maki, Kazuri, and a little kid on the bridge, which they soon realize is, in fact, lost Ankh.
It's the can of cola. Yeah, it's Ankh.
Mm-hmm.
But we find out also that Maki Sensei, while giving him Kazuri the answer, winds up destroying his base at Kogami Industries. To the fact that all the can droids go nuts.
Yeah,
and
Akira was with was inside while it happened.
Yes, it just seems like the can droids decide to take the painting and everything and just like, okay, so what's going on here? Maki has turned to the dark side, not like we didn't already know that.
Yeah, because now he knows his sister was a bee. And then he killed her. The little kid killed his sister. And it's really interesting because it ties to his personal philosophy, where it's like his sister told him that nothing is truly perfect until it dies. So in order to have his perfect version of his sister, he had to kill her. Just like Grimlock from SAO.
It kind of makes me wonder, so everything that we saw, that was fake.
It was fake. It was filler based on repressed memories.
But it's like, so she literally was a bitch through and through. Okay.
Yeah.
But we won, and that is the end of that episode. It's a big trauma. So, but here's the thing, though, about fighting the panda. That was a point that was made. Date tells Eiji, okay, use base O's. Don't be using combos, because remember what Ankh said. And is that not what Ankh has been saying? Dropped it
for the longest time.
For the longest time. He said, Eiji, if you're going to use a combo, only use it sparingly. Don't use it. Ankh has been trying to prevent this from happening because he knew what was going to happen. And also the fact that, well, is it just me, or Eiji has just been acting a little bit strange throughout these past episodes? Like, he's not as tired as he was. He wasn't as exhausted. He's like, oh yeah. No,
and he's being more reckless.
He's being a little bit more reckless. And that's why Ankh is being the tsundere girlfriend to him. Just be like, yeah, it's not because he wants to be a dick. He's trying to prevent what happened 800 years ago to happen again. Because, Eiji and the king are not the same person, but the goal or the outcome will be the same. If not,
there's a reason why pride is the deadliest sin.
Yeah.
As told by Charmed, it creates the illusion that one is invincible when they truly aren't, and that is where they start biting off more than they can chew.
Yep.
And I know that's sort of a metaphoric overlap with gluttony, but yeah, the two go pretty hand to hand when you analyze Dante's Purgatorio.
Let's see here. Now
Yes,
we go.
the Divine Comedy's a trilogy. Some of
Yeah.
y'all forget that.
Yeah, it is. I don't know how they're like, oh, Dante's Inferno. No, dude.
No, it's the Divine Comedy. Inferno is just part 1 of 3.
Yeah. Now we go into the next episode, Gratitude, Scheming, and the Purple Metals. Now, y'all remember I said that the king did do something. He did. He made something. He created something before all that happened. But I think just like with anything, it wasn't ready yet. It wasn't set. It was kind of I'm setting it to cook, but it's not ready yet. And then that happened. Because now little boy Ankh, Kazari, and Maki are in his old house. This is like their new base of evil. And Maki is telling Kazari, like, yeah, this and this and that. But before that all happened, Kazari, I did manage to get something. Or I stole it a while ago and kept it, but Kogami never noticed. Or he never noticed that I left a fake. And it's a round tablet. What is this stone that he has?
It's a box of Danish cookies. But inside the box are 10 magical thread wheels.
Yeah, because he cracked. I know, right? You want one of those delicious cookies, and it's nothing but sewing supplies. No.
Yeah.
No.
But it's legendary sewing supplies.
Yeah. So Maki finally cracks it open and shows Kazari what it is. But here's the thing, though. While Maki talks about it and takes the center metal out, Kazari backs up like a cat that just saw a cucumber on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Like Kazari is like, keep that away from me. Why?
Because even if he doesn't completely know, he can feel it.
He feels. He knows the cat ain't stupid. The cat senses evil. Which I'm like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, totally does. So we have a situation here. Since Maki left, a lot of the data, a lot of the cell data, the core metals, the greed, it's all gone.
Mm-hmm.
Kogami, I would say this is your fault, you motherfucker, because you didn't really appreciate Maki. You didn't really yeah, you're right. You
didn't scrutinize them enough.
Yeah, you have the money. You got fine. But you do realize that Maki was the man who made all this. And now that he's gone, what the fuck do you have? Nothing. But even in his own way, yeah, Kogami, I don't think he feels bad. He just kind of realized that it wasn't like that. He's not shocked that this happened. It was more like it was a matter of time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when was Maki going to make his move? And either or, it's like, yeah, well, we still have the birth system. We still have, which kind of ties into later on with Goto because, well, you'll see about that. But yeah. Well, we find the main premise of this episode deals with loans. And I guess not loan sharks, but just how crazy loans can be. We deal with an agency of debt collectors. Oh, boy.
Yeah. And it just so happens that it's back to school theme at the Coast Kasur, where someone asks AG for help because someone keeps sending money to her house, and she doesn't know who it is. but she doesn't feel comfortable with it because she doesn't have an OnlyFans account.
This is before such a thing has even existed. But yeah, apparently the sum that if I remember seeing it right but it was around like maybe $200 to $400.
Mm-hmm.
But again, the girl says that it's being left like every week or every other week. So if you do the math within a month,
that's a lot of money.
That's almost $2,000 a month that you're getting under the table, which not bad. An extra $2,000.
And best part is she doesn't have to send photos of her feet.
Yeah, but other than that, we do deal with like debt collectors here. But it is crazy though. In this office, when it strikes midnight, Yami appear from the bodies of the debt collectors,
Trash Yami no less.
Trash Yami, and deposit cell metals. Now, kind of makes me wonder. So, are all these people Yami in disguise, or is that because we found? Well, who's doing this? What was like? Who else could it be, man?
Who's the only character who makes trash garbage Yamis?
It's Malcolm Frank.
Pasio Asavo.
Yeah, so we have some random kid every night at midnight going to this office, getting the satchel of cell metals and delivering it to Uva,
who pays him money.
But
then the kid sends that money to this girl, but then this girl gets harassed by debt collectors who take that money, and those debt collectors happen to work at that job.
Yeah, so it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. You know?
It's like if you took a pyramid scheme and turned it into an MC Asher Mobius strip scheme. The only person who wins is Uva.
Well, yeah, Uva is the one that gets all the cell metals. But the thing is, like, and again, here's the dichotomy of the greed, though. You would imagine that Uva, being Uva, wouldn't give a shit about. Well, he doesn't care about causality, but he happens to have the cell metal or the core metals of Uva. Oh no, of Gommel
and Gommel.
And he is like the way. So why are you collecting all these cell metals for? He's literally, I think he's trying to bring them back. So the way they're the bad guys, though. Yeah, doesn't mean that they're as a.
Why is Uva in particular trying to like save his competition?
Yeah, why? But it's kind of like what a Russian wrestler once said. Like, you are the bad guy, but does this not make you bad guy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much, because it kind of makes me look at Uva to completely different.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm like, wait, so you're trying to bring back Missile and Gommel?
Well, geez, at least it's try. I mean, like if we're gonna trust 80 Greed to be the Mercy Main, at least we know that it's Uva who should be the Mercy Main.
That is actually very shocking that it was Uva, but again, there is actually a net special or something that the Paradox owes, where we find out that it's not Ag and Ankh, it's Uva and Hina.
Oh yeah. It's It's we're gonna get to that when we get to that.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because it involves Goto and one of them. Like, wait, what?
Oh yeah, no, and Koga and freaking Akira becomes Gil.
Oh hell no!
Yeah. But yeah, it's very strange because again we have this whole thing. Eiji finds out about who's been dropping off the money at this girl's house. We wind up, finding out that the kid actually was saved by, I believe, by her family member, her father, because he was like, that old story, like, I was with a rough crowd, but her dad, really, saved
Turned me around.
turn me around and like, you know, and I mean, it's the least I can do. I know the old man passed away, but at least if I'm trying to help out his family, you know, blah, 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 which not bad. Not going to say not bad, but
do they want?
there is a problem because again, we are dealing with the hearts of men and women here. Okay. The girl shows up and she literally tells this kid that I demand that you stop giving us money.
It's harassment.
It's harassment, and it's also causing my family to be torn apart. My mother is literally taking this money and just being a spoiled brat all the time. Like, you know.
And now we're in debt because of her.
Yeah. So it's like, wait, what? It's like, yeah, again, but I was helping them. Here's the thing about it, man. And again, that's why I say charity is not always black and white. You can give and you can help. I'm not saying you shouldn't.
I think there's a simpler parable for this. Give a man a fish, you feed him for the day. Teach him how to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. Don't teach him to fish, and he owes you for the fish that you've caught.
Pretty much, because it's like, I mean, again, how many people, again, if you were getting at least $2,000 a month free randomly over a period of time, which we don't know how long this has been going on, what do you think most people do with that?
Blow it off.
Yeah, because I worked hard for my money. Yeah, but then you blow it off, you gamble, maybe you try. I'm like, so you were doing good.
I mean, what do you think people do with their lottery winnings? Like let's assume you win $1 million, and let's say you pay the 40%. Let's go with 40% as the one-time tax payment. Okay, you're left with $600K. What do you do with that remaining $600K? You blow it off, and then you're back to broke, and sometimes worse than broke. Sometimes you end up with less money than you had before you won the lottery.
And also, depending on what it is you did with it, you could have put yourself in a bigger hole.
Yep.
So, yeah, no. Well, again, it's kind of like asking yourself, when you ask someone, what would you do if you had, like, you know, like $1 million or so on and so forth? Like, again, everyone says what they would do, but no one says about investing it or letting it work for you or grow. You know, they just spend.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I remember I was like watching a Click video. By the way, shout outs to the Click. He smells totally amazing. I never met him, so I wouldn't know. But yeah, so like there's like a difference between being rich and being wealthy. A wealthy person flaunts their wealth, but typically it's like they don't make their own money. They probably either got it from someone else or they had a one-time like jackpot of some kind. Like maybe they upload a YouTube video that was a major hit, but ended up being a one-hit wonder. Meanwhile, a legitimately rich person, like an actual millionaire, like they don't flaunt their wealth. They don't drive around on a Rolls Royce. They drive a Honda Civic. Because the money they would have otherwise spent on that Rolls Royce would go towards, you know, investing towards whatever business they're using to make their money off of. They don't wear like a different Armani suit every day. They wear a regular, like Macy's $100 suit.
Well, no,
and just wear it over and over again.
Well, that's kind of the thing that you know, working at a casino and resort, I deal with a lot of those people. And if there's one thing I tell all the youngins when they come in, whether it be in service, the hostesses or the cocktail waitresses, don't focus on the people who walk in with Giorgio Armani, Calvin Klein, Gucci, or whatever. Those people blew their money. And they ain't got jack. You're gonna notice those are the biggest penny pinchers right there. Mm-hmm. You know, they'll demand everything for free and make you walk 1,000 miles without stopping just to get it, and then just say about time. But the man, the woman who is, again, like you said, simple clothing, a reliable car. You know, I remember one time I helped someone my first year, and this guy, we always called him Santa Claus because he had one of those big beards, right?
Mhm.
I didn't know this, but I helped him get his stuff and put it in his car, and he's able-bodied. He's like, he just wanted someone like, and he just said, thank you. I'll see you next time when I come back. Here's a little tip for you, right in my pocket. I'm like, all right. I felt a couple of dollars. Not gonna lie. I'm like, it must be $2, $3, maybe $5 in ones, maybe. And throughout the day, I was like, oh, I forgot I have that money right here. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go down to the Circle K and get like a soda or something, right? Just like from the fountain, get like $1 soda.
And it's like $500.
Yeah.
You thought you had 5 $1 bills,
Yeah.
but instead you had 5 Benjamins.
Yeah. I'm like, what? And of course, one of the people the next day was like, oh, because the man's name, rest in peace, was named Nicholas. It was like, so Saint Nicholas, like, yeah, no, again, shush. But that's the thing, kid. Everyone around here who's walking around with like a big gold watch, or those girls with like all the jewels and all that, those people are not worth anything. It's the people who are sincere, calm, and they know what they're doing. All these people know how to spend. Real people, real rich people know how to work money.
Yeah.
That's very true. That's very true. Because
Yeah.
again, I pulled in like an old Dodge Ram.
Mhm.
Like this guy had, it was like 2014. It was like 2018 or something like that. A 2014 model. But I'm like, all right. But yeah, the man was loaded, and I mean,
Yeah.
like,
or the movie Slammin' Salmon, how like Will Forte's character is like, he's just a guy, he's like reading his book, he's not ordering anything. And like, so it's like that obnoxious blonde dude is like, keeps getting pissed at him that he's not ordering anything because like whoever makes the least sales that night gets punched in the face by Michael Clark Duncan, may rest in peace, and who's a boxing champion in the movie, by the way. And so the bus boy who had to fill in, like he's like, oh yeah, no, you could totally get that guy, thinking like he tricked the bus boy, but like the bus boy, like he gave him a space, let him read the whole night, and it's like, because it's like that other waiter, he kept harassing me, trying to insist that I order something when all I wanted was to have a glass of tea and just read my book, and you gave me that peace and space. I just finished reading War and Peace, and I'm dying of eternal disease, and I don't know how much I have left to live. So I'm giving you a $10,000 tip, and then he gets hit by a bus as soon as he walks out of the building. But the point is, he left a $10,000 tip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like if that obnoxious blonde waiter was patient and gave that customer what he wanted, he would have been the one with the $10,000 tip.
Yeah.
And again, it really irritates me when like, you have like people trying to get free meals claiming to be social media influencers.
Bunch of
It's
bums,
like,
I say.
yeah, it's like, and like it really pisses me off. And like maybe it's because I worked in a restaurant, I've worked in retail, but like it's like, and the thing is, it's like our channel, like we just made 3,000 on YouTube. We're still a little bit under 10,000 on Facebook and stuff. Like we're a bit of a humble channel, and by humble I mean like in terms of number of subscribers. But like I mean, like maybe to someone else 3,000 might seem like a lot, while to someone else it might seem like chump change.
Yeah,
matter of perspective. But still, like anytime someone walks up to us and says, "Oh my God, I love watching your channel," I'm like,
thank you.
Excuse me? What? Wait, what?
Thank you.
You actually watch your channel? And again,
we will not turn you away. We will not be gone. Do not talk to me.
Yeah, no, it's like don't get me wrong. I would love if like the entire population of PMC watched our channel, heck, even simultaneously. Like, I wish that little eyeball up on the corner of the screen that you guys can't see, but like we totally can, was like a 4-digit number every single time. But but honestly, it's like, just the fact that like even just one person shows up and says thank you makes me want to say thank you back to them 13 times over.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
and yes, I will pay the full price of my meal. I will pay the full price of my hotel room because, the waiter, the bellhop, they too need to put food on their table.
Yeah.
Regardless of what my opinion may or may not be about tipping culture.
Well, regardless, where were we here?
Put simply, it's like the kid gets pissed off, so a black fly, not a white fly, a black fly, starts spreading the wealth.
Although it's crazy though how like, when that all happened, like with the yammies and whatnot, because the kid did get infected, is that so they go to the brokers or to the loan offices, and then all the trash yami start attacking. I'm like, so you guys weren't aware that you guys were infected?
Yeah,
that's shocking. I'm really surprised that you guys didn't know this. But
they're just holicking their work,
I guess. But regardless, we have a beat down, and then obviously we get the yami, but then the yami becomes a moth or a fly, and again, because the kid's desire is to help, it actually robs
a bank and then spreads the wealth.
Literally, even to the point that the security guards and everyone are like picking up the money. I'm like, aren't you guys trying to stop this?
Yeah, it's like and it doesn't help retroactively that this yummy is green.
Yeah.
Tajidol does defeat it, but that awakens 5 of the purple metals, which causes him to absorb them.
That was what Ankh was trying to avoid this whole time. Because again, Ankh, as we said, was there from day one and knew everything that the king was doing. So I would imagine that Ankh realized, because again, he told Eiji a long time ago, don't overdo the combos.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this was why. Even though those things were sealed away, Eiji did go into Tajidor, and like you said, 5 of them shot out like bottle rockets towards him, spinning around, and then finally landing and causing him to go comatose. But
and it causes the belt to spit out his 3 medals. Which allows Uba to steal the Condor medal.
Which again, before the episode ends, Eiji, before he goes comatose, his eyes glow purple.
Ooh.
So what does this mean? Well, we got one more episode to tell you, and get ready for this one because oh boy,
only 10 minutes to tell it.
So what happened is, sum it up, Eiji's comatose, he winds up waking up. Maki tells everyone that so the metals are aware. They went to a strong source. Well, what happened to them? Well, they're there, but in doing so, they wind up creating 2 different yamis, and these yamis are actually vocal. They talk. They're of a higher intelligence. They're not dinosaurs. Let's just put it out there. They're not dinosaurs. They're 2 pterodons.
Pteranodons.
Pteranodons. So
not with a P. Pteranodons, yes.
Yeah. So, but again, where did these 2 come from? What happened?
I mean, we saw the both of them in the winter film. We got no explanation. We know that someone named Gil was probably involved, but we still don't know who this Gil person is.
Nope. But anyway, they're here and they're causing mayhem and trouble to the point that, well, when it gets thrown down about like what's going on, because of course Kogami knows and he has a cake dedicated to it. he winds up telling people about the purple metals. And I was like, what are those? And again, just like with what Maki had dumped on us, these were metals that were created by the corrupt king a long time ago that were the final step for him to become a god. But because of the interference of the greed and with what happened towards the end, they weren't ready to use. But because of what happened in the overload, the burnout, they were literally locked away and sealed away somewhere else.
Yeah, more importantly, AG was the perfect vessel for the standard 5 metals attributes because he had no desires.
No, that's the thing. These metals are completely blank slates. They are agreed, but the greed has never physically appeared before. It's kind of like, again, it's more of like the AG is cultivating them. Because the reason why they went in was because, AG has no desires. AG is a blank slate and a perfect place for this greed to, I guess, develop.
Incubate.
To the point. So Kogami says, like, the purple metals went into AG, and so they're in there. Yes. Well, what's going to happen to AG? I don't know. So no one knows. No.
But they're dinosaur-based, so we can only wonder what kind of desires dinosaurs have.
Do dinosaurs even have desires? I know one of them keeps saying not the mama. But regardless, they...
Also, pteranodons aren't even dinosaurs to begin with, so it's like, why are you even there?
I don't know. Wow! Okay,
and also, like, only one of them is a pteranodon. The other one is... whatever Aubrey Killer's Megazord is. I forgot the name of the Tobospino, maybe?
You mean a Quetzalcoatl?
Yeah, Quetzalcoatlosaurus or whatever it's called.
Yeah. But regardless, these things they use ice space attacks, which we didn't get that.
It feels appropriate for dinosaurs to use ice.
Well, yeah. But we wind up having the whole scenario again when AG goes to a theme park and trying to stop these things. Okay, a flashback of the child that was lost in the war that AG got involved in, or the shootout. The pteranodons start attacking and causing such chaos that they literally, they did. They actually did almost kill AG. They literally did. But just like with what happens in most stories, AG is on the brink of death. He's dying, but then his chest starts pulsating, it starts drumming. And out of nowhere, here comes shooting out 3 purple lights and into the belt. No scanner. None.
Oh, Tupuhuara. That's what it's called.
It just scans and it just does it. We have a pterodactyl, a T-Rex, and a Triceratops. I didn't see this in a Sentai series now. Yeah. Putatiera.
Yeah.
A berserking purple behemoth of an O's.
One thing we did not mention was right before Kogami shows up is that Akira finally figures out where he remembers Eiji from.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He did. He did finally remember him.
Yeah, so this episode is Eiji's backstory.
Yeah, and again, this is part 1 of his backstory because that gets exposed, but also the fact of like what is going on, because everything that's happening right now is being literally focusing around Eiji. Ankh has no idea what's going on. Date has no idea. Hina knows nothing. We just see that Eiji went purple and is going completely berserk. He's not being himself. He's not talking. He's not doing anything. He has just gone full rabid animal and wrecking shop as you would. Because again, if you have the power of dinosaurs, well, Power Ranger pretty much said it the best. You're gonna go on a rampage, killing both of the dinosaurs, causing him to, I guess, burn out. That he just kind of collapses again, kills them both, but then finally just stops. It's almost like a Hulk reference, you know?
Yeah.
But because of that, well, oh, I'm sorry. He almost attacked Hina and Date. He almost killed them because he pulls out the axe that is his main weapon for this form, almost kills them, but because Hina got involved and because she's freakishly strong, was able to stop him.
Mm-hmm.
So what does this mean for AG now? I don't know, man.
We'll find out next episode.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. So 3 to 5 medals went into AG. There were 10.
Yep.
Where did the other 5 go? Maki?
You bastard.
Yeah. Maki has the other 5 inside of it. So, what does this mean? Well, next week we're going to find out.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it. That's it. What a roller coaster, am I right? We got lore dumps. We got a whole new form that no one knows about. We have had just a complete overload of information within just 4 episodes.
Oh, absolutely.
It literally, this whole show, I'm like, wasn't this show just about collecting coins? No.
You wish.
No, you wish. It's like saying Gaim was about dancing. No, we are really now gonna go into the dichotomy of good and evil at this point.
Yeah.
So prepare yourself.
The dichotomy of one versus all, birth versus death, helping others versus helping self.
It's basically all for one and one for all.
Yeah.
It's basically that concept in a nutshell for modern day people. There's one that has the power to stop and to help others, while there's another that just wishes to have it all for himself and be considered a god in this world. So you have to wait next week. Please watch us again as we are going to review the next 4 episodes.
6.
6?
Yes.
Trying to kill me here?
No. But we're almost at the end of the arc.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Yep. The next batch of episodes, 33 through 38.
My God, look at that title card. There's so much going on there.
Yeah,
All right.
So much going on. It's like AG? What? Wait, who's holding that birth driver? Who are all these guys? And where's Uva? Why is he not in this picture? We'll find out.
Will this love triangle between Hina, Ankh, and AG ever be resolved? No.
Find out next time on Kamen Rider O's.
Anyway, with all that has happened here, and again within these 2 episodes, the dumping of information was ridiculous. There is nothing more you can give other than like a 9 for this whole section. Because
I feel like the parts 1 of these 2 stories were like 8s, but the part 2s were both 10s. So they would average out into 9s across the board.
Yeah, because again, it's like, we had to set it up, but the payoff of the setup was like, no, they didn't hold back. They literally told us everything. May not have said all of it, but they did drop what was necessary. So wait, you're telling us that the greed aren't necessarily evil? They're just greed. That's
They
it.
just exist.
They just exist.
They just
Can
exist.
you blame them for what they do? That's what they were born to do. But there was someone who was guilty of this, and it was the original O's. And now that Eiji is O's, is there a chance that he could be worse than the original king? Maybe, because we know nothing about the original king, of how he was in the beginning, maybe he was a kind king. I don't know, but of course,
Wouldn't it be interesting if originally he was?
I mean, you give man a gift from the gods, not the power of the gods, but just a gift from the gods. That man will soon reach to become a god. So whether your intentions were good or bad, it's like, well, again, humanity, mankind itself, both men and women are weak creatures. That if you give them an upper hand, they will take it, and they'll probably want more. So, Eiji, what are you gonna do? What will become of you? We don't know, because again, turning into Putaterra, you went full berserk that you nearly killed Ankh, Date, and Hina.
Mm-hmm.
So what is gonna happen? We'll have to wait and find out.
Oh boy, I'm scared.
Anyway, who's in the chat?
All right, let us know. The usual suspects.
Oh,
We low-key find out the backstories of both purple vessels in these 4 episodes.
yeah.
Perfectly timed. Perfectly timed. And we get to bird greeds. I'm sensing a pattern. All right.
Yeah.
Remember Gil from Meteor City? Neither do I.
No. Well, no, the reason why I know Gyro is just because, again, the story itself. That and the mangaka is actually making more. And he did touch on that. So
Yeah, but we don't really get much about Gil, because in the Winter film they do mention Gil.
Well, is Gil what? Because again, obviously, every greed has a name. So are we saying that the purple greed that looks like a retooled version of one of the Tauroses from Deno, that's his name, is Gil? Beware the evil that haunts you, for this evil has a name, and it is
Gil. Vince Gil.
That sounds so threatening.
Yeah. He'll honky tonk you to death.
No joke. Someone actually pointed that out when we were watching the movie. It's like, what? That like one of the Tauroses literally was retooled to be the purple greed later on. If you take a look at them comparatively, just remove.
Yeah, it does kind of look like Kintaro's head, but like I don't want to think about it because because he's too precious for me.
Well, they got to save a buck here and there. Hell, we even said that in Fies. Remember that the armadillo Orphanok kind of looks similarly to Umataros?
Yeah.
Just change the face. Like, literally body design and plates.
Yeah, but we actually see Kintaros in the in the movie. So it's not like they took the original costume and retooled it. They had to have made a second one.
They just took the head and just, there you go.
Yeah.
Either or.
Yeah. I will now call it the Shigo Yami because it's black and green. You're not wrong.
Oh.
Yeah. But I'll say this. At least we now see Eiji's final form. And yes, this is the final form.
This is the final form.
We're no debate about it. This is the official Toei certified final form. No ifs, ands, or buts. No ifs, ands, buts. No ifs, ands, or buts.
going to the Kamen Rider diner. They had a mural of the riders and their final forms, and Puchitera was there. Go to the Kamen Rider exhibits that they have and showing the final forms. He's there. So I don't know why there's.
Oh yeah, because I didn't have a chance to do it during the actual episode discussion.
Oh yeah, no,
Oh yeah, the thing. You got to do the thing. The tradition of doing the thing. Do the thing, Julie. Puto, Torisera, Tirano, Puto, Tiranozaru.
We've gone. We have fully embraced dinosaurs now.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I remember when I first got this thing. You know what? The first thing I did, I tried to see if it fits into my Legacy Tommy Morpher. It doesn't. It's too small. But let's be honest. If you had this, you would have done the same thing.
Yeah. No, this one also, Puchitera obviously is a pretty cool design. I love the color scheme. The axe, especially when it crunches and it becomes an axe, but it also is the Tyrannosaurus head.
Yeah, I also like how it does the gulping thing when
it also becomes a gun. So
yeah, it's a nice change of pace because usually it's a sword that turns into a gun,
yeah.
And then with Wizard you have an axe that turns into a sword. Yeah, but anyways, yeah, I love how it goes gulp when you like load the cell metals into its mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyways,
it's got to do a crunch sound every time.
Yeah.
Go.
But that's it for the comments, guys. We love you guys. Please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Ding the bell icon, stay notified for our latest videos because we love making content for you guys. We got Ultraman Omega, Kamen Rider O's, Kamen Rider Zets, #1 Sentai Go Juger, and Zets. We're gonna do it on Monday this week. Yeah, we're gonna do it on Monday this week. And it's gonna be totally cool.
Did everyone catch up? Because I swear to God, it's so crazy that again we have no opening, so I don't know where the hell the episode starts or it ends. I'm like, wait, so I have to catch it on a loop. But
yes,
very interesting premise for that, especially with you'll hear us talk about it tomorrow. You still have time to watch it. It is still streaming on Tokusatsu right now. So you do have a chance. If you have not seen it, it is there. So please go and watch and join us tomorrow. 27 people are watching right now. So join us tomorrow and talk about this.
This is a rerun. 2 days later.
It is beyond a rerun at this point.
Yeah. Like me, I've watched the rerun twice, just like once to see it live, and the second time to, in case if I missed any details, third time to make a thumbnail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But what's really nice is that they did fix the pause and rewind feature. So like if you like start watching at 9, like you could do a lot of rewinding to like get to the beginning of the episode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I imagine at this point in time it's gonna be a lot harder because since it's a continuous live stream, it's like you have like 30 hours of looped footage to like run through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now good luck finding the beginning now. And not being spoiled of anything in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, you know what? There is a marker. The episode starts with a countdown.
Yeah, no opening yet.
No opening, but there is a countdown, and so just rewind to the countdown if you could find it.
Figure it out. All right.
Yeah. But yeah, also check out our sister channel, The Buttery Show, where we discuss various movies and TV show discussions. Check out on both channels, we have vlogs, we have interviews. Most recently on this channel, we got Goldar and Mucus check out our interviews with Kerrigan Mahan and Torum Heng. Later this week, we will upload maybe 2 more interviews for the Morphin Network. But on the Buttery Show, we just uploaded our interview. It's a twofer with John Morris and Emily Ricks, who played Andy and Bonnie from Toy Story.
That's exciting, honestly.
Yeah, and premiering tomorrow is our interview with a very odd cartoonist. Well, I wouldn't say very odd, just fairly much so. But all that and more on both channels. So definitely subscribe to both. Stay in the know. We love you guys. Check out our personal content. We're both on Instagram at the Sin Prince and Boken_Kabuto. And if you want to say hi to us in person, no more official con appearances. We might have unofficial appearances, like maybe one or a couple of us might show up to LA Comic Con as casuals, but on a work basis, like no more cons until 2026. The next one is Pasadena Comic Con, but definitely set your calendars for August 26th for Power Morphicon.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, August 28th, my bad. August 28th, Pasadena Convention Center. See you guys there. But until next time, we love you. Stay safe. Have a good week. And have a good one. Bye.
Good night.